Okay, what's up, guys, gals? On a different trail today. We're taking more of the woodsier route. It's very crowded out here at the nature reserve, and I actually like it. I usually don't. I like to either walk by myself or with my family and just kind of get lost in nature. But it's really nice seeing people around. But just a little update on what's going on up here in the stores. You know, I think it was last night I mentioned to Lisa on our podcast that people were definitely out and about and stuff, and the worst people really right now are the people that are in the stores. Well, today I go into the local convenience store that I go in every day, and they got a plexiglass makeshift 2-inch thick like barrier between them. It's sitting on the counter. It's, like I said, it's makeshift. It's not bolted down. And then they hand the stuff, like you put it on the counter, and then they bring it behind, and then they hand it back out under the thing. And like I said, I know people everywhere I go, so my first bellow was, oh my God, So she starts laughing behind the counter. And then as I'm standing there, I hear this voice of just like a third grade teacher, nasty, with a ruler in her hand, yell from the back to someone. Could have been to me, I don't know. I never turned around or gave a shit. So please practice social distancing, step back behind the yell out. So why am I telling you this? Because like I'm saying, this is where the people that like to control other people and their ego step in, and now they're in a position of quote unquote illusory power where they get to enforce social distancing at their job on the public. Makes them feel, I'm doing things for the world. This is where the ego starts really running amok. And of course, in police and military, it really runs amok. But it starts at this convenience store level. And it brings me to what I keep talking about, that as they continue to play on people's ignorance of biology and virology and medicine and the spreading of germs and propaganda and how all this works, and just have people putting barriers between them and then thinking that's, oh, I gotta say that. I have no idea this is not only not an airborne fucking flu, it's just a flu. Same as every year. Same people are dying. They're giving you fudge numbers of coronavirus. Guess what? You all have coronavirus because we've all had the flu. The body builds up antibodies, and you have millions of strains of coronavirus. This is so fucking stupid. But people don't take a second to read or learn it. Put on my news. Oh, sweeping the nation, 200,000 deaths. You know what you should do? Carol from Never Lose Truth did a good video where she played, and I don't know who the person was. You have to go to her video to see, of a guy who went to, I think it was Bellevue Hospital in New York, where they're claiming they have makeshift tents and just pandemic ammonia. So he brought the scrolling mirror, like I have in my hand now, down there to film it. Nothing there. Crickets. Fucking crickets. So he talked to a couple EMTs, and they're like, we don't see anything. We don't know. And so, he's saying to them, you have any coronavirus people? Well, a lot of people with fever and cough, and we don't know if they have it till they're tested. Like, it's just not only going up from people's fear if they get a fever and a cough and they're running to the fucking doctors or hospital. Again, this flu that's been injected or powered up or just worked up in the mind, however it's working, because, everything is mental. It's where it all starts. So if you're at home, you're making yourself worse and worse and worse. That's how stress works on the body, which then breaks down the immune system, which makes it more susceptible to germs and bacteria and, foreign invaders and things like that. And then the body fights that shit off, or tries to. And if the immune system is compromised from previous sicknesses or age or just, unhealthy living or whatever it is, you become more susceptible to the flu. You still get a Tamiflu and go home. People that are ailing from this in a way where their life is threatened would be ailing from any flu under their current medical conditions. And people around here are starting to really kind of see that. They're out and about. But, you know, especially in the neighborhoods, people are now, my neighborhood is full of people walking. Looks like a damn Simpsons, what was that fucking game? Tapped Out, where everybody was just walking the fuck around. You know what I mean? You remember that fucking app, Tapped Out by the Simpsons? So my neighborhood looks like just people just fucking walking around. And, you know, again, a lot of people were saying hello. And, you know, I took this private trail here because there's a lot of people here. You walk by them, you say hello, you have conversations. You can't really do this, you know, so I figured I'd take this different trail, give you a little preview. It's just, here it's complete woods. Here you're really, you know, in the spring and summer, feel like you're away from civilization. It's wonderful. I do a lot of times stick to the other one because I like the scenery there, the birds. I like the sky. Today they got spray up in that sky galore. But it's hot, you know. And over at my house, there's the military jets flying all over the place. I was going to make a video there. I'm like, fuck it. So, you know, again, here we sit in a choice point of whether or not we're going to educate ourselves and realize, you know what? I don't know shit about any pandemics or any virology or any biology or any practices in medicine or statistics or anything at all except what comes out of the fucking box. So let me take a minute and start gathering some research and start with some people that have gathered that research. Maybe then take a look at it yourself, look at true CDC numbers, facts, things you're not seeing on presumed coronavirus victims now over the 100,000s. Presumed. They leave that word really quickly. Because anybody that's got a flu, a cough, or a fever's got it. Boom, corona. Boost their stats. That's what this is about. And again, why? Because this economy crash has been coming. This takeover has been coming. It's given them the excuse to now nationalize industries, corporations. The Fed is buying everything. They are taking over everything, becoming more powerful by the minute. And if you're not caught up on Greg Manarino's work, I highly suggest it. People still think this is taking down the cabal and taking down the Fed. The Fed's becoming more powerful by the second. We've become a nationalist, socialist country in which they're now trying to do their best to invoke laws to take freedoms. Again, in this country, moving a little slower maybe than in others because of an armed population that might wake up. But from what people say, there's various areas that are under siege. I don't know that to be true. Like I said, you hear that about New York, and then you see the dude go down and film fucking crickets around the hospital, and people going, oh, I don't know. Again, I told you, my wife works in the hospital. Tons of flu, and people come, not tons, just they're busy. They're always busy. Flu and coughs, but nothing, you know, nothing pandemic-y. You know, again, except they don't have the garb that they usually have. They slow down in supplies. Gee, you know, timing, interesting timing there. While everybody's making masks, and we're overtaking corporations to make masks for the pandemic. Oh, by the way, we government, we're never giving you back your correct industry. We're going to have you do whatever the hell we need you to do. It's called fascism. How you doing? Again, it's been going on for decades, but now they're going, fuck you, we're doing it. You're too dumb to know it. Pandemic, go home and cower for the coronavirus. While these people hold their stomachs laughing at how fucking stupid people are. And again, will enough people realize it, or will they start turning on each other? Leper, he's the witch, heretic, anti-vaxxer, you know, you're making my kids susceptible, you know, showing their ignorance, their non-ability to think, non-ability to research, non-desire to research, their programmable states, just flaunting it out there for people. When you say dumb things like that, if you're walking around in a mask and, you know, completely healthy and you're holding the fucking doors, you know, it's just crazy. So, all right, I don't know how far I fucking walked in here. I'm going to turn around because that thing just keeps going and going. And it's actually getting hot. A little breezy when I usually walk out by the lake. Not in here. So, anyway, this is nature, everybody. Go find yours. You have it. Talk to people when you go out. Don't be afraid to bring this up. You know, I told you, or maybe I didn't. My neighbors are starting to pop out and got into some conversations. People realize this is bullshit more than you know. The silent majority's starting to speak a bit. The question is, will the collective consciousness of fear and programmability and, sheep-like behavior win? Or are enough of us awake to say, bullshit, 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 So, just realize how fucking stupid this is. Soon we'll be walking around with plastic fucking things on our head. Can I have a pack of parliaments? You know what I mean? I go in and buy my fucking cigarettes. Stand back for a fucking non-airborne fucking flu. Now, it's funny, too, because in the same place, you can punch on a computer, I'm ordering a sandwich. I mean, nobody cares about spreading germs that way if they really believe this thing lives on every fucking surface. Oh, people are funny. All right, you know what? I'm going back down this way. So, anyway, I hope you guys, Sarah wasn't able to be with us last night. I hope you guys listened to some of the podcasts Lisa and I did. We kind of just talked about what's going on in our areas. And, compared to all the hype, I'm not saying it's not going on in other areas, but I don't see films of roads closed and people with guns in the streets. And, I do see jerk-off fucking governors threatening to arrest people. Them scumbag politicians that they love you so much, you better go, yeah, he loves me. I'm on his side, and I'll yell, flatten the curve, out the window at any passerbys. Fucking children that people are. The whole world's become the recess yard, just so you know. And you got your teachers out monitoring, tweet, tweet. You got your ratty kids going, teacher, he did it, baby. You got, the almighty principal's office up there, disciplinarian. Well, you can't do that because, oh, okay, instead of people realizing this is an attack on your way of life, your rights, your freedom, your speech, your privacy, each other, your entire interactions, the entire future. And that if you continue to go along with this shit and cower over illogical fucking contradictions in what they're telling you on the stupid fucking TV, which all those people deserve on that TV to be strung up in the fucking streets. How dare they? Fucking journalists and reporters talking all this shit. How dare they, It's insane that people have turned to this to sit there and live in that mode of fear instead of actually dealing with the truth, because it's more scary to realize that your government is turning into a nationalist, socialist, global fucking centralized tyranny, and you actually have to stand up and make your life uncomfortable. This isn't uncomfortable enough, I guess. And if you sit back and do what you're told, then government will guide you into a world where they control all the resources and they hand it all out. And if you behave the way that they want you, then you'll get your little tiny piece of the pie in District 1, District 2, District 12, while the capital of 1% elites prances around, shaking their little asses in their little gay outfits and wigs. It's insane. Anyway, love you guys. Get learning, get speaking.